Because we talk, we
got
said
more than 30 minutes. It's gonna be a good show there.
Yeah, it's all good. Hey, welcome to the Where My Dad's At podcast. I'm Will. This is Marco. We got little Marco on the social media camera. He's doing his thing, and we're back. We're poolside, like we have been for a while. It's warming up out here. Yeah. It's you hear the sights, the sounds. See the sights, hear the sounds.
It's been like that for a while.
Yeah,
the weather's breaking now. It's getting warm. So
right.
Everybody's. So if you hear the noise right now, it's around the pool. Everybody's at the pool right now. They're grilling.
Right.
I gotta get my spot. So right now, I brought my tray down of steaks and chicken. Whatever. I'm gonna throw some steaks and chicken after this,
nice.
Podcast right here. Whatever.
Nice. Yup. And he brought extra for me. Right.
Yeah, man. You got chicken
my
leg.
My man.
I got you.
Hey, I'm doing better today, man. I'll let you know. I started off today. I didn't eat good for breakfast because I didn't eat anything. I had like a little protein meat stick thing.
Yes, a Slim Jim?
Nah, it wasn't a Slim Jim. It was better. It was healthier than a Slim Jim.
Okay.
But it was like a protein meat stick or whatever because I can't really eat a lot first thing. But then, so I went pretty much all day with that. I drank coffee and drank some water, so I wasn't good. Okay. But then when I got home, my wife made tuna fish, and so I ate tuna fish on celery. Okay. And then she took an avocado and like mixed the avocado with some onion. And a little bit, yeah. And so I ate those together, and I basically used the celery like as a spoon, and ate it like that.
And
so
that sounds,
you know what I'm saying.
Good,
and I'm feeling good. You know what I mean. Nice, I won't even lie to you. So
nice.
It's been like a week since I pretty much cut sugar down to like nothing. Okay. You know what I mean? So any sugar I get now is coming from like sugar from like a vegetable. Like I'm not using no salad dressing with sugars. No, I'm not drinking nothing. No drinks with sugar in it. So So I figure you might be proud of me for that. So
I am, man.
Yeah, man.
The next step is just you walking into T Marco boot camp class.
It is. All
right, it's time to do this.
Yeah.
You be official.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. So what's been going on with you, man?
Man, nothing much, man. Ever since y'all talked to me before, when I got off the little vacation, so now I'm back to work, back on the grind. I don't know about everybody else, whatever. We take a long vacation, whatever. You get back to work, whatever, especially the position I'm at right now. It's like everything hits you. It's emails. It's like people complaining about, this and that happened, whatever. And I gotta solve this problem, that problem, whatever, man. But but ever since I got back from the vacation spot, whatever, man, just a lot of work and grind, man.
Right.
I told you off air that a lot of people was kind of asking me about the episode we did about the incident I had in Florida, like what happened or whatever. Like we want to know more or whatever. I'm like, I can't give you what I have.
Right.
But let me reach out to my resources first and see what I can do. And I found
what's good. Yeah.
Right. And I can do a little bit more in this episode. I can't do as much as I want to, but I can probably get a little taste.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get a familiar answer. Like, okay, this makes sense, whatever.
They can get a little bit more of the tea.
Yeah.
People looking for the tea, but hold on. Don't give them don't spill it yet.
No. I'm not give too much, whatever. Even when I went back to my therapist, whatever, she was saying like, she wants to know more. And I was like, okay. Because she was like, now that she follows me now, whatever. Because when I went back, because you said Mark had been 4 weeks since she didn't see me. I said, I know. I said vacation.
Right.
This and that. And she looked at me. She said, no excuses. I was like, God. Which is true.
Right.
You should have a regular schedule for your therapist, whatever. So
right.
So yeah, she said she's waiting for it. I said, okay.
Okay.
I said, if I feel comfortable, I'll talk to my co-host Will, whatever.
Right.
We'll go from there and see how things go.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's definitely something that like after we got done with the episode, we went into a little bit more detail, and I found out, and I know some of the people that are involved, and I do think that some of those people would find it interesting or funny to hear about it.
Yeah.
But you know what? You touched on the therapy piece. We're gonna make them wait just a little bit for the.
I'm down with that. We can wait.
Not long, but just a little bit. You touched on the going back to therapy after a break. How was that?
So I waited too long.
Okay.
I waited too long.
What makes you feel like you waited too long? Is it like if you don't work out for a while? Was it that kind of feeling like you could tell something different?
So basically, it felt like I went back into the weight room, and I'm slacking. Like basically everything feels heavy on. So feel heavy if you was to lift weights personally, like on your arms or like muscle, whatever. It felt heavy on my chest, like arm, like emotional wise.
Right.
So she asked me why it took so long.
Right.
And I can tell you the truth, whatever. I told her that, when I first got into therapy, whatever, I had agreement with my medical bills, whatever, about how things go, whatever.
Right.
But I got it straight within the midsection, whatever.
Okay.
So it's not an excuse for me.
Right.
I used it as an excuse, whatever. I just told her that, I want to make sure everything's good, blah, 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 and then I told her after that, I was taking my family on a family trip.
Right.
And
so you did have some valid.
I did have some valid. I did.
Yeah, some valid reasons. Okay.
But she was a good therapist. She looked at me. She said, "Well, you know what, Marco, you're back."
Right.
A lot of people, they want to come back, whatever. She said that because when I pushed the email in saying that, I paid this, that, whatever, my spot was open already. She knew. When I got in that office, whatever, she looked at me. She was saying like, "Well, you look good."
Right.
I said, "Yeah." She said, "Do you feel good?" I said, "I feel good. I feel good."
Okay. Good.
And she was kind of like, "Now, after all those weeks, did you put in the work that I told you to put in?" I said, "Man, did you forget about the homework?" I said,
Right.
I thought you forgot about
forget,
it.
yeah.
She said, "Oh, I don't forget."
Right.
So this right here is for all the listeners, whatever. She told me one of the main. So basically, the main question was asking me was she asked me was that what, and I said it before.
Right.
What do you want out of Marco?
Okay.
And I said, this is what I told her. I said that, I'm doing a podcast show. She said, "Oh, yeah, I know that. I listened to you. You told me about it." I said, "I want my voice to be heard."
There you go.
She said, "Okay, that's a good one." She said, "What you mean by that?" I said, "I want my listener to hear it." She said, "Well, Marco, I'll let you know right now. And this is what will give me the goosebumps."
Right.
She says, "When I heard it, my ears was open and I heard it. Your voice is being heard."
Right.
I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah." I'm like, I don't feel it. I said, "When I gotta go back and listen to my podcast, like listen to it, whatever, I don't hear it." She said, "You might not hear it, but somebody might else get something out of it, whatever, and hear it." I said, "Well, I don't hear it." She says, "I hear it.
Okay.
Your voice is heard, but I just wanted you to say it." And I looked at her. I was like, "Okay."
Wow.
I didn't cry this time. I said, "No, I'm good. I'm good." I'm like, "I'm good."
All right.
She was saying like, "But I want more." She said, "Marco, I see more in you that you don't see in yourself."
Right.
I think that's for everybody, whatever. It takes some time. Somebody look at you, but like, you know what? So I was kind of like, all right, I'm getting the exercise of this, whatever.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
You mentioned the crying thing and the not crying. We know that it's healthy to express emotions, and there's different ways to express emotions.
Yeah.
And if it's a healthy way to express it, then it's okay, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
nothing wrong with crying or whatever like that.
No.
But just speaking to progress, I think one of the reasons why you probably didn't cry this time is because you've been doing work.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's like
true.
it's just like lifting weights or whatever. So, you walk around your whole life holding on to things and carrying things, right?
Yeah.
And you haven't really dealt with those things. So
Right.
they like crushing you and they crushing you. So by the time you talk about it, you letting it out. You're just like, I'm letting it out.
Nah.
But see, you started working on letting it out and unpacking it and dealing with it. Not that. And see, I don't want people to get confused and think that because we talking like this, that means you had a terrible life. That's not. That's not what we're talking about.
Life been good.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Some of the people with the best life and the best experience in life still have things about themselves and about the world and about the people around them that they could benefit from therapy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not a you got to be one step from the edge to go to therapy. It's not that.
Nah.
It's not that at all.
So, yeah, like I said, I went back. It was good for me for the time being, whatever. And I told her that I'm gonna keep on seeing it. I'm gonna keep on seeking her for guidance. I just told her that I just took a step. I told her that I went on air and I pretty much project my feelings. She was saying like,
Wow.
Out of all of her clients, that's a big step, whatever.
Wow.
She was saying, like, everybody knows. I'm like, yeah, like,
Right.
everybody knows.
Right.
I'm not 100% right upstairs in the head,
Nobody is.
Yeah. She said, and she was kind of like, okay, well,
right.
I commend you with it,
right.
and whatever. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, today, I told everybody right now that, I went to my therapist.
Right.
I let her know, and I told her that there's gonna be some more to come.
Right.
And now she's a faithful listener now.
Right.
Well, she listen to this. My next session is probably gonna be like, what's the next step, whatever, because my journey is not done, whatever. Because it's like I give her an answer. She's like, okay, you answer this question. So what's it? And she give me another one, kind of like, I just don't know.
Right.
Because she asked me this question too, and maybe y'all know that I don't know. She said, what do Marco want to be? What you want to be? And I told her that I want to be a good father, blah, blah, blah. She said, yeah. No. But what you want to be out of life.
Right.
And I told her that successful trainer, whatever.
Okay.
I'm telling her all the answer I want to hear, but she knows the answer. She said, like, I want you to focus more on this.
Right.
So let's see on next episode what it was going to be. Let's see.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, you mentioned real quick, that having that, like, being able to say, I'm not all right up here, right?
I'm not.
None of us are. None of us are. And I think your therapist will probably speak to this as well. That a lot of the reasons why people go into positions that serve people, like therapy, like police work, or like medical professional nurses, because they dealt with something in their life. Where either they saw a nurse or a therapist or something step in and help them, so now they want to pay it forward and they want to help people, or like some Batman type stuff. Like, remember Batman watched his parents, you know what I'm saying, go out, and so he from there, because of the darkness of from that, he dedicated himself to like protecting people and serving people. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't. You would look at it and say, well, like, I'm not right in the head. And maybe that's a negative thing, but like, we're all not right in the head. There's no such thing as right in the head. And through whatever work we do to deal with some of our stuff, we're helping somebody else.
Yeah, true.
So think about it. If everybody did work like that, everybody could help somebody. Everybody, like, you don't have to be a therapist to help somebody. You're helping somebody right now just by sharing your experiences going through it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, and again, it don't have to be the worst thing. It don't have to be, you know what I'm saying, child abuse or anything like that. Like,
of course,
just going through everyday life as a human being, you're going to have experiences, traumas, you're going to have joy, you're going to have different things that you can benefit from working through and talking about and sharing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So your therapist mentioned the incident.
All right.
Okay, so let's dive into that.
So here's the incident part. I'm going to be very.
You said she was interested in it.
She was interested because I used code words.
Yeah, you did.
All right,
you did.
So, all right. So let's go back to
where my dad's at exclusive.
Where my dad's exclusive. All right. So let's go back to the boys' trip. All right. Okay. So in the boys' trip.
Not to be confused with the family trip. You had the family trip, but before that,
family trip is family time. You know, nothing but rainbows, sunshines, whatever. You know, boys trip. You know, it comes with
boys trip stuff.
It comes with storms sometimes.
Right.
So with the boys trip, so we all were hanging out, having a good time. We all, we went to the beach, went restaurants, whatever, having a good time. All right, so. It came towards the end of the night. End of the night for a boys' trip, having a good night means maybe like 11:30, close to midnight. Everybody's tired. We're itching the edge, whatever. It's time for everybody to hit the hay, whatever.
Right.
So,
especially as we get older, right?
Especially we get older, and I'm realizing that. I'm like, all right, like it's about that time. Like, okay, so so we get towards that night, and we're gonna say that we was like, you know what, we gotta get something to eat,
right?
Because before we go to bed, we can't wake up, feeling like a zombie monster. We're like, let's get something to eat, whatever. We gotta get something to eat, whatever. So we all agreed upon going to a certain pizzeria on Fort Lauderdale Beach. You know that, we like, all right, let's get a couple of slices, whatever, get something to eat, whatever, go to bed. We'll be good.
Nice.
So again, on a boys' trip, everybody knows, everybody indulges. We have a good time. We're sipping on Kool-Aid. We're sipping on Gatorade, a lot of Gatorade, whatever. Everybody gets him. I'm not gonna say too much.
Right.
We're doing. We know everybody's indulging. Whatever.
Adult beverages.
Right. Adult Gatorade.
Right.
So it comes towards the end of the night. We're at the pizzeria, and we're gonna say, Aaron, which is not a real person. We're gonna say Aaron's gonna be the name
to protect the innocent.
Protect the innocent, whatever. Aaron was like, "Hey, man, like, hey, Marco, sit right here." And I'm like, "Nah, like, Aaron, I think you've been chilling long enough, whatever. You like you take a load off, whatever. Like have a seat, whatever." Right. No. You do it. And of course, to be the person I am, whatever, I'm the person like, "Hey, man, I offer you the chair first. Like, you go ahead and sit down first."
Right.
And so I want everybody to imagine. I'm pretty sure everybody know this old show, the Seinfeld show where everybody's like in the booth, whatever.
Right.
That's us. Everybody's in like a little small booth, whatever. Right. And Aaron was like, no, you do it. And I'm like, no, you do it. I'm like, we're going back and forth. I'm like, all right, this is like enough right now. It's 1:00 in the morning. Like, I'm pretty much, I'm ready to do what I gotta do. So my steroids kicked in my system, whatever, and I pushed Aaron by the shoulder. I was like, Aaron, you sit down. And I pushed Aaron down on the chair.
Wow.
And it was like, whoa, like the person, Aaron, like pretty much sit down and chair, like, oh, like a kind of like, okay, like, all right, this is what it is.
Right.
So the two people names I can name, they permitted me.
Right.
Was Tremaine Sessoms. Sess.
What's up, Sess?
Sess. And then my cousin Darnell.
Okay.
So they said when they saw that, they both looked up and laughed and looked at me because they see a big guy. They said it reminded me of Ike and Turner. No, Ike. So like Turner, like Ike, like Turner. Sit your tail, like you in the booth, whatever.
Right.
And they both just busting out laughing, whatever. Like, oh my God, like, all right, like it's like a big laugh going on.
Right.
And so I'm standing up, and then Aaron stands up and was like, no, you sit down. And I looked at Aaron, I was kind of like, I could take it two ways. My therapist said I could be the person that be negative,
right,
or walk out the situation and think about tomorrow. But you know what? I walked out this situation,
right,
and I'm good. And what I did, I walked out the situation. So I walked out. I walked out Fort Lauderdale Beach. I called my Uber. Y'all know the story. I called the Uber.
Right.
Hit me up. Sparkling water, chicken sandwich.
Right.
Went to bed.
Right.
But the funny scene was that it was just my boy Seth and my cousin Darnell laughing because they were just saying like, because I overtower a lot of people, whatever. Just me put my hand on the shoulder and push the person down. They was kind of like, oh God, like okay. And their cousin, I'm not gonna say his name, whatever, is kind of like, yeah, come on, people, come on. And they were kind of like, hey, let's let it be. Like, right. Let's hash it out. Like, it is what it is, whatever. But at the end of this day, everything got resolved. I think I handled the situation very well.
Yes.
Everybody wanted to know a little bit more about it, and I give y'all a little taste, whatever.
Right.
I was angry, but I turned my angriness into, a situation kind of like, you know what? Let's think about it. Like, it can be worse. And
there you go.
That's what I did.
There you go. Excellent.
That's the story.
Yeah.
Cartoon story coming your way.
Yeah. We're gonna take that and make that into a cartoon or whatever like that. And yeah. That's a good outcome was had. So that's the main thing. Yeah.
It was.
That's good. That's good. And so like when they,
I know you looking at me like, oh, I got so many questions.
When they were laughing, right?
Yeah.
Do you think part of the reason they were laughing is because that's not normal for you?
Yeah.
Is that something that they
because I'm very quiet. I'm very quiet. But when it's knocking at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning,
right,
and I haven't eaten,
right,
I'm hungry.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, I'm trying to, and I'm like, I think it takes a toll on your body, man.
Right,
Like kind of
right,
like,
right,
hey,
right,
man,
right.
I need substance right
Right,
now. Like
right,
I
right,
need something,
right,
whatever.
right.
Like I've been drinking water for the past 4 hours. Like I'm hungry. Like
You're hungry, yeah.
This ain't Survivor episode. Like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
dude, like I need something, man.
It's like the Snickers commercial,
Right?
You know
like
what I mean? Like
yeah,
if you have gone too long, you might step out of
Right.
character because of your,
But it was just, I think for Tremaine and my cousin Darnell,
right.
I think they were just, when they see me out my character, whatever, they was kind of
Right.
like, they looked up and I saw it, whatever, and they were just busting out because I met, all right, so.
For a second, for a moment, did you find it funny?
No.
No, in that point,
No.
you couldn't find nothing funny about it. Right.
I found something the moment I thought about it, when I got back, like the next morning, I woke up, whatever, I laughed about it because I imagined Tremaine, he has his Kumo G sunglasses on, whatever.
Right.
So he's like laughing, looking up, like he has big sunshades on. And then my cousin Darnell have his head down, eating slices of pizza, looking up, kind of like, yo, this is like better than, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm kind of like, for me, I'm kind of like, man,
it's like they watching a reality show live.
I might say, if one more person, I'm about to sling somebody through this window, whatever.
Right.
For me, I don't know what it is, man, but I get swole up,
right?
Like everything engages, whatever. I'm kind of like, man, because I think some people think like, because I'm so quiet, well, oh, he ain't gonna do nothing,
right?
But my word is heard. When I get angry, everything
people know.
They're like, oh, hold on now, Like, okay.
Yeah.
So I think they knew because Tremaine was kind of like, oh, hold on now, guys, like break it down a notch, whatever. And my cousin was kind of like, okay, let's break it down a notch, whatever.
Wow.
So Tremaine, Darnell, I commend y'all because those are the two people I told y'all in the story who pretty much text me like, you good? You all right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Next morning I text them like, yeah, I'm good, whatever. You know what I mean? Like they knew that it was out my character, but they knew that I didn't take it that level. So I can, hey, Cuzzo, I thank you.
Right.
Tremaine says, hey, look, love you, thank you.
Yeah. We are our brother's keepers, man. Like that's one of those true things, man. Sometimes it's hard to be in that position, but yeah, that's we have to hold each other accountable, and that's one thing I definitely heard of you telling that story, holding yourself accountable for different things, not eating and not and just knowing you took it there, and then knowing when to remove yourself from the situation is big. I do have a big question for you though.
All right, man. I got hopefully a simple answer. Let's see.
And we don't have to stay here too much longer.
No, you good. I'm good. I'm ready.
Have you talked to Aaron about the situation? And if so, is that something you can share with us?
Oh boy, so
because I know
no.
I know Aaron. By the way,
I'm gonna be 100%. I'm 100% real with you. So my therapist said this, and I'm gonna be real with you. She asked the same question. She said, "Marco, did you talk to Aaron?"
I was gonna say that,
and I said no. She said, "Okay, that's fine." And I told her I make a podcast. I said I'm gonna make a little joke about it. She said, "I don't want you to laugh too much at your pain." I said, God darn it, man, she's good. This woman's good. She said, don't laugh too much at your pain right now. She said, but eventually one day you want to have to address the situation.
Right.
She said, I'm happy that you brought it up.
Right.
You addressed it, whatever. You making jokes about it. I told that, you're going to have a podcast on Sunday. We'll probably do like a cartoon. She said, that's fine.
Right.
She said, but don't dress it too much. She said, I want you eventually one day y'all sit down.
Right.
Like, hey, I wasn't ABC about it. This is what I felt, blah, 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 whatever.
Wow.
And take it from there.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it affected me in a certain way, right?
Yeah.
So I had to let people know whatever. She said that she don't want me to hold, which I haven't.
Right.
Except for the situation, I haven't held back too much of my emotions and pain on people, whatever. I let everybody know.
Right.
This situation I have.
Okay.
Just because we're close.
Right.
We're close.
Right.
And she understood that. But she just said that, you know what? Don't hold on too long. But I want you, I don't know what it is, but it can be a year, months, but eventually let them hey, blah, blah, but don't make it a joke out of it.
Right.
Don't make it funny, but hey, so
right.
I'm working on it.
Right.
And that's what corner therapy is.
Yeah, for sure.
I have to get time for it. Right now, I'm not ready for it.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not ready for it. Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had a big family and friends division
Right.
for a while. And it took time for everybody to kind of get to a certain place and realize what was more important. Realize, then in the heat of the moment, things were said and done.
Right.
They weren't really how people felt.
Right. Yeah.
It was just maybe like from each person's perspective, or for one or two people's perspective, years and years and years of something built up, and it might not even been specifically connected to the person, but it's like if you have years and years of frustrations or whatever built up about other things, sometimes they come right to the surface in the moment of something. True. Like when you're angry, or when you know what I mean? Like
right.
you might get angry, and those things might come to light at that point. So yeah. But that's cool, man.
Well,
that's cool.
It's time of healing. For this situation, I need some time of healing.
Yeah.
But at least my therapist was able to point it out. Everything else, I'm doing very well. Just
good.
Right. She just don't. Which is for everybody. You don't want to hold on too much on a bad situation, whatever.
No.
It might disappear.
Right.
A long time. You might be like, oh, I forgot about it. Whatever. It needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
It needs to be addressed. And when I'm ready for it, I'm gonna take care of it. Yeah.
Which again, just because something needs to be addressed, I think a lot of people confuse needing to address something with meaning it's this big, huge, traumatic deal. No, it's just big. You get to a point of maturity where, in my opinion, like we talked about last time, life is short.
Right.
So in my opinion, you get to a point where it's like, why not just deal with something? Why just sweep it under the rug or throw it in the back? And like she said about making fun of it, that's really important too. Because
I do that a lot.
Well, a lot of times we use that as a defense mechanism.
Yeah, she says like
I know I use humor as a defense mechanism. Because
when me going back to therapy, last week, whatever, she said I laughed a lot, and she was saying like, "So why you think it's so funny?" I'm like, "Oh God," I got kind of like,
right.
I just said wrong. She was
right.
No,
she's trying to figure.
I just want to figure it out, and I'm kind of like, it's not funny. I'm just laughing. She was saying like, you're laughing because you're trying to think of like, like it's like shaking like a bad, I don't know, like a bad leap, a flat, I don't know, something bad falling off your shoulder, whatever. Like, I'm trying to shake it off. I don't know how to pronounce it, whatever.
No, I know what you're saying.
But she was just kind of like, not with me, whatever. I'm like, okay,
right.
I'm back to therapy.
Right, yeah.
She was like, you back?
Yeah.
So I'm glad to be back.
Right.
I told her I'm back because I'm really back because that when I opened up, whatever, I told her I was in therapy, so I don't want to be a hypocrite, but like, you know what, I'm stopping.
Right.
So I'm still going, and I got months, maybe years of therapist I got to get out my mind, whatever. Right. So we got a nice podcast going on for us.
Yeah.
So
and I'll throw a little something out there because you do share a lot.
Okay, your turn.
Chad,
you're it.
Well, but just going back to the humor, and it just hits home because I just had an experience where it was kind of like that too. So I won't get like totally into detail, but it had to do with my mother and my father. They've been